Live from the Sudbury Arena, good morning, I'm Callum Rodia. Well, it seems like Dario Zulich has been in the news a lot recently, making some high-profile announcements in recent weeks, including the purchase of the Sudbury Spartans football team and the announcement of a new National Basketball League franchise for Sudbury. Well, this morning, Zulich is set to unveil the new head coach of the Sudbury Wolves to replace outgoing David Matsos. Matsos officially parted ways with the Wolves on Tuesday after he and the club were unable to reach an agreement on an extension of his contract. Now, that news follows on the heels of the Wolves' best season in recent memory, making it to the playoffs for the first time in 3 years. While Sudbury.com cameras are rolling, let's take you inside now to see who Zulich has found to lead the Sudbury Wolves. Stay with us.
Some of the arena management and arena staff here. Thanks to the media and to our season ticket holders who are in attendance, sponsors. It's wonderful to gather here today. My name is Andrew Dale. I'm the Vice President of Marketing and Development with the Sudbury Wolves and the growing family that the Sudbury Wolves Sports and Entertainment Group is becoming. It's a important day, marking the 30th head coach in the history of the franchise, the modern franchise, and I wanted to start off with a few remarks about Greater Sudbury. This is a wonderful place, a wonderful community, one of the happiest places to live in, the hub of Northern Ontario, and the Sudbury Wolves are an integral part of our community. The Sudbury Wolves are one of 3 Northern Ontario communities that support major junior hockey, and that rivalry. Those rivalries continue. They're long steeped in our communities, and they are growing. Northern fans, I think, are the best fans in the OHL, and we certainly have some of the best in our community who cheer for the Sudbury Wolves. And so we want to thank those fans who are here, who are committed and a big part of our organization. As we continue to build on the new era of Wolves hockey, we all are Wolves. We said it a year ago, or not quite a year ago, and we stand here in the off season preparing for next year, and that's what today is about. So as I say, leadership takes many forms in an organization like a hockey team. It's coupled with, an operating arm. It has new additions. The sports landscape, sports and entertainment landscape in Greater Sudbury has changed quite a bit in the last year. And that leadership's come from the top down. It comes from players and coaching. It comes from marketing and management. That leadership happens in schools with the communities that we're involved in, and we take our role in that community leadership very seriously. We're working with local sports organizations, minor hockey for girls and boys. We're working with other sports like soccer, basketball, lacrosse, and many others. Organizations like the United Way, with Wolves United, the Sudbury Sports Hall of Fame, and what they contribute to our community. These are celebrating successes of athleticism and sport at the highest levels. We're working with community groups like SportLink, with tourism to grow our community. As you know, we stood not here 3 weeks ago and announced the addition of the Sudbury Spartans, a rich tradition in our community. And 2 weeks ago, we stood in this room and announced a new franchise in the NBL. And that's our family growing. And today we mark a special day because our family's growing again. I'm going to speak to a little bit of, and I'll let Rob introduce, but Corey Stillman is here today, and he comes from a rich hockey tradition, including his spouse, who was born and raised into a hockey family. Mara's father was a hockey player and has a wide network in hockey, and in fact, Mara's brother is an alumni of the Sudbury Wolves, having played in the early 2000s. So when I call up Rob, we're keen to have you as part of our community, We know this community will be open and accepting and looking forward to what you can contribute. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Rob Papineau. Say a few words.
I know I watched the basketball press conference. The microphones almost fall off the podium, so I'm going to do my best to be very careful. It's a rainy day outside today, but it's a really sunny day inside. Today marks a new chapter in Sudbury Wolves hockey, and it's a chapter that I'm very excited about. Our entire management and ownership group is very excited about. The last year, the buzz is back in Sudbury. It's not just in Sudbury, the buzz is all over the Ontario Hockey League. There's excitement everywhere we go talking about what's going on in Sudbury. Corey and I have known each other. If I was to back all the way up for a second, where I first met Corey, we didn't really meet. I was a 19-year-old playing in Detroit with the expansion ambassadors. Corey was a rookie with the Windsor Spitfires, and we used to always go through the lineup sheets and look at who was who on the ice. And 19-year-old, I never paid attention to the rookie. And then at the end of the year, I looked back at the stat sheets, and he had 101 points. And I thought, I should have probably paid more attention to that rookie. And, you know, we later on reconnected again in Carolina, where Corey was the director of development for all of the forward players there and did an outstanding job. And just through talking in the rinks this year, we would see each other. Obviously, Corey has a son that plays with the Oshawa Generals. And we're still getting over that first round loss. And then after I was appointed as the general manager, Corey had reached out to me to congratulate me, and just through that discussion, we had some real good dialogue on his future and his career and what he wanted to do, and it was such a perfect fit. When I think of Corey, I think words that come to mind are he's very smart, he's very determined, he's detailed, he's above all else extremely disciplined. He's a demanding guy. He's got a lot of respect. He's a professional. He's a gentleman. And most importantly, he's a teacher. In his playing career, which went 16 years in the NHL, he won 2 Stanley Cups. So Corey was a guy that was not just brought in as a leader, he was brought in to win. He was brought into Tampa Bay to work with a young Vinny Lecavalier and mentor him, and they won a Stanley Cup. Then he was brought into the Carolina Hurricanes to work with a young Eric Stahl to mentor him, and they won a Stanley Cup. Corey has won at every level of hockey that he's played at. He is an outstanding person, an outstanding individual. He's one of very few people, of all the people that have played in the NHL, he's one of very few people that have played over 1,000 games. He's actually tied for 270th overall, and I'll let you figure out who he's tied with. Maybe we'll have a trivia game after. It's a great honor for me to stand here for our players, on behalf of our players, and introduce Corey, because at the end of the day, all of our players have a dream, and that dream is to go on and play professional hockey. And to be able to put in place a head coach with the resume and the personality of Corey Stillman is a blessing to the Sudbury Wolves, it's a blessing to our fans, and it's a blessing to our players. So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce the newest head coach of the Sudbury Wolves, Corey Stillman.
Hi, thanks for coming here. I'm very excited that Rob and Dario gave me this opportunity to get back into the league, get back into junior hockey. It's something I really believe in. I like seeing kids improve. I like to win, and I think this year, looking forward to the team we have. We'll build off what was happening last year. The game plan that I will have is we will be a fast puck possession team. We will be well disciplined, and I think for everybody coming on a Friday night here in Sudbury, when you leave the game, you'll be excited to what you watch, the product we have, and the main goal. The number one goal when you play hockey is to win, and our goal is to win a Memorial Cup championship. Wouldn't necessarily say it's going to happen next year. We're planning on it, but it'll take a bit of time, and I'm looking forward to this new era. I'm here. We're going starting in August, September. We hit the ice. We'll be a team that's ready to compete, ready to play every night. Thanks, guys.
So I thought we would take a few questions from the floor. Start with media. Obviously, you guys are working here, and the others who are interested after. We'll certainly make time for media scrums or ability to get your own questions out. But for the majority, if there are questions from the floor, I'd be happy to take those and moderate them. Members of the media, do you have anything you'd like to ask as a group? Nothing from the floor. Everybody wants to have a scrum. All right, good for you. Thanks very much for coming, everybody. This marks a really important day in the continuing process of developing Wolves hockey as it's unfolding, and we're really excited. So, stay tuned, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks.
All right, thank you for tuning in to that live broadcast here at the Sudbury Arena. Head over to Sudbury.com for complete coverage on this and all of today's top stories. For Sudbury.com, I'm Callum Rodia.